Hey everybody, another quick episode of TJ's Garage. Today we did a little modification to a 2019 Indian Roadmaster foot brake pad. Okay, you can buy aftermarket ones from Kuryakin, or I'm sure there's a few out there, but sometimes they tend to look a little cheesy. So what I did is I took the existing pad that was on the Indian Roadmaster, okay, and I went out to a store and I found a bunch of actual copper coins with an Indian head on it. Now granted, it's not a chief, but it is an Indian head, and these are real copper. You could probably use a silver dollar if you can find an Indian head silver dollar, but those are very expensive, and with our luck, somebody would come along and chisel it out of your pad. So here's what I made out of it, okay? The existing pad had a raised stamp in it that said Indian, and I was able to put one of these coins in without using any silicone or anything to hold it in, and I'll show you real quick how we did it. First thing you're going to do is obviously take the pad out. You got two Torx screws in the back of it, T27s. They go right in the back, okay? So what I did was I came over here to my drill press, and I took the bit, obviously, out of my hole saw. This is 1.5 inches right here. And I put it on the lowest setting. I centered that bevel over the pad and went down just deep enough until I just started scraping the metal, because this is molded over a metal plate with the two grommets that hold the screws in. So you don't want to go too far. Once you start hitting metal, you stop. Okay? If you have to go in any further, you take an X-Acto knife, right? And then you start pulling the rubber out, because this is molded to metal. So I came back over here and I took my knife and my blades and I just started chiseling away, and I cut little X's in here because, like I said, it is molded to a piece of metal. So just because you cut the diameter doesn't mean it's going to come out. You got to start chiseling and pulling it away. Just make sure you don't screw up this outer bevel, because it looks kind of cool having the existing bevel in it. You could still see the ring around it. Okay, once I got down enough to get all the rubber pieces out, I took my Dremel with a flat bit, just like this, and I went in flat on top of the rubber. And this rise right here on the stone caused just enough to make a lip in the rubber to where the coin is going to sit inside the lip. The hole that you're going to cut into with your 1.5 inch diameter hole saw, it's big enough, but just needs a little more. So what I did was I went in with this and I went around the outer edge, and it gave it just enough bevel to where this coin will lock in just like this without any silicone. Okay, and like I said, these are real copper. So the end result is, if you follow me over here to the bike, I'll show you what it's going to look like. Granted, everybody says, well, you know, it's copper. But copper is very unique. It's an old metal. It's one of the original metals. Silver would have looked better because it would have matched the chrome. But hey, this is what it is. So to come over here, kind of matches the seat real nice. Has a nice little tape to it. And it goes right here. So this is where it's going to mount. It gives it a nice little change. And realistically, I could take these off and put one on each side. But for now, this is the modification to the brake pad. I think it looks pretty cool. It's better than adding something from one of the other companies that's not very original. This is pretty original. So it's something to think about if you go to the antique stores or coin shops and you can find a coin that's you know, cheap and looks cool. That's what you can do to it. Okay, that's it. Thanks.